I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it.
This is one of these canned episodes that we are recording well in advance of when it's being published because one of us is on vacation.
Yes. We'll be different people by the time anyone else hears this.
So I don't want to see a bunch of comments about why are we having talked about Mitch McConnell dying because we didn't know he died yet.
Oh my goodness. If you're going to speak anything out into the universe, that's one thing I'll get behind.
Anyway, I want to play a game.
Oh.
Think of any number between 1 and 10.
Do I say it?
No.
Okay.
So you thought of a number between 1 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Multiply that by 2.
Yes.
Now add 8 to that number.
Mm-hmm.
Divide that number by 2.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever number you have in your head, subtract the original number.
Okay. Done. Use some fingers.
Oh, you have to look at my screen now.
Oh.
Sorry. So we're waiting for Nick to look. Whatever number's in your head, put in your head which letter it corresponds with. You got it?
Yeah.
Think of a country that starts with that letter.
Okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever letter you have, go to the next letter. So if it's B, go to C. If it's D, go to E.
Okay.
Okay? So you have that letter?
Yes.
Now think of an animal that starts with that letter.
Okay.
What color would that animal be in your head?
Okay.
So does this statement mean anything to you? There are no gray elephants in Denmark?
That came up close, and I think I might have seen this before, but my country that I picked for D was Djibouti.
Djibouti. Oh, wow.
So close, though, girl.
This was rough. Anyway, this will be a truncated episode.
You know, I'm trying to get the obscure things. That's all. That's my brand, them references.
The secret film this week was my choice, and I chose the 1985 action thriller, Avenging Angel.
How dare anyone call that an action
What is it
thriller?
about? Former prostitute Molly has managed to leave her street life with help from Lieutenant Andrews. She studies law and leads a normal life. When Andrews is killed by a brutal gang, she returns to the streets as Angel to find his killers. Why did I choose this movie? We reviewed the 1984 film Angel on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the sequel, Avenging Angel. And there is a line, there's a series of Angel movies. I think there are 4.
There's 4, yeah.
And there's a line that I think you thought was from the second one that RuPaul likes to reference.
It's in the third one, I think, which to ramp up some excitement, Robert Vincent O'Neil, who directed the first 2, does not do the third one. So, and Maud Adams is in it.
So you wanted to watch the third one, and I thought, well, we have to get through the second one. And that's why I chose this.
Yeah.
And I guess it's good that I'm getting through this, but also I didn't like this movie.
I mean, I guess I was in a mood last night because I was howling at the screen, but this is painful to get through.
It was hard to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, for people who are not patrons, I would check out this review. That's incentive to join our Patreon.
Yes.
But I thought the first one was somewhat heartwarming. It definitely took itself more seriously.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I'm assuming the first one made a little money, and that's why they came along with this one. But they really ramp up the ridiculousness of it all in a way that's grating.
I just wanted someone to come through with a flamethrower and end it for all of them.
The biggest issue is the titular character Angel. That's her hooker name. Her character's real name is Molly. Is portrayed by a different actor in Avenging Angel.
Yes.
In the first one, it was an actor named Donna Wilkes.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, Molly/Angel is portrayed by Betsy Russell,
who contemporary viewers probably know. She's in several of the Saw films.
Which, when you told me, I didn't recognize her. A beautiful woman.
Yeah.
But the way this character is written and performed is so dull and flat.
She is so aggravating, but pretty. She was reminding me of Ali Sheedy. And then there's something in, how her inflection that reminded me of Sean Young as well. But
Sure.
Sean Young's a much better actor.
So Molly has left behind her past as a teenage sex worker and is now a college student at UCLA, studying law, living a more quote unquote respectable life.
We get a scene of her doing a like mock trial.
Mm-hmm. Well, that scene's important because in the middle of this mock trial, some random person walks in and hands her what looks like a telegram.
Yeah, why did they know to give that to her there?
And the telegram reads that her mentor, Lieutenant Andrews,
Mm-hmm.
has been murdered while investigating a child prostitution ring. And we had seen him visit her on campus earlier that day.
Yes.
Of course, she gets very emotional and decides that she is going to return to the streets as Angel, a hooker, to figure out who's responsible for the death of her mentor. To do this, she reconnects with her old crew. But before I get into that, it's important to know Lieutenant Andrews is portrayed by a different actor. In the first film, it was
the great Cliff Gorman.
In this one, it's just some guy.
Oh, no, it's Robert F. Lyons, character actor. He's also notably in Death Wish, too.
Oh. Angel hits the streets and immediately connects with Yo-Yo, this Charlie Chaplin-esque street performer.
Yeah, Yo-Yo Charlie, Stephen M. Porter.
And he takes Yo-Yo to Solly. And Solly, Yo-Yo's from the first film, and so is Solly, played by Susan Tyrrell.
Mm-hmm.
And she's that eccentric lesbian artist.
Yes, but apparently she has new digs on Hollywood Boulevard.
Well, she seems to own an entire building because her name's on it. I don't know.
That was spelled different. They spell it as
that her name is not spelled correctly, I guess.
Not because in the opening credits it says Susan Tyrrell as Solly Mosler, and then Solly's apartments is spelled differently.
Unless she moved into a building just called Solly that has nothing to do with her. It's kind of like the Jackson family when they lived in Gary, Indiana. Their address was on Jackson Street. Mm-hmm. And that was just a coincidence.
Wow.
So maybe Solly lives in a building that's coincidentally spelled similar to her name.
Jackson's a little more of a common last name, but sure. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Either way, Angel is telling Solly she needs help figuring out what happened to Lieutenant Andrews. But then Solly tells Angel, oh, Kid Carson, who's from the first movie, this sort of flamboyant cowboy, wannabe cowboy, this rickety old man.
Played by Rory Calhoun, yeah.
Angel thinks he might be dead, and Solly says, no, even worse. He's in a sanitarium. So we get this extended scene that feels like it's straight out of some sort of slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Where Solly, Yo-Yo, and Angel break Kid Carson out of the sanitarium.
Yes, and there is a nurse there played by Liz Sheridan from the series Elf.
That's right. Now that Kid Carson's been broken out of the sanitarium, they begin the work of figuring out who killed Lieutenant Andrews. And spoiler, it's Robert Duvall.
No.
It's not Robert Duvall, but the actor playing him, I swear, looks exactly like Robert Duvall.
Well, he's old and decrepit. Paul Lambert is his name. Also character actor in a ton of stuff.
He's this crime boss who's basically trying to gentrify Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
But he's doing it in an illegal way by harassing people, threatening people to sell their property.
Yeah, basically anybody that doesn't sell, he's assaulting or murdering. Yeah.
And for some reason, in addition to some of the property owners who feel like they need to do something, we get all this street trash trying to help out.
Somebody on Letterboxd wrote, this is street trash collectivism. And I think that's a perfect way.
It would be like if I'm at the city council meetings trying to get speed bumps put on our street and all the homeless people who are around join me in that. It's like, thanks, but also, can we get rid of you too? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
All these hookers and bums and shit blocking Hollywood Boulevard. It's like they're there saying like, yeah, let's keep it the same.
Well, but the previous film is about how the criminal intent in that area is allowed for a serial killer to kill sex workers. So, yeah.
Right. So the messaging is kind of odd.
Yes.
But of course, everything culminates in a showdown between Angel and her crew against Robert Duvall and his crew.
Well, it's in his son, played by Frank Doubleday, who I thought he was giving like a kind of a William H. Macy-ish presence.
We'll get back to the son, but of course, they dispatch Robert Duvall, and all's well that ends well. I guess Angel can go back to UCLA and pass the bar exam.
There's also a infant named Little Buck.
Oh, we're going to get to the infant.
Okay.
But I wanted to start with the opening. It was promising because we're on Hollywood Boulevard. The aesthetic is very appealing because it's still 80s, grungy.
Oh, yeah, sleazy.
And then a Bronski Beat song called Why is playing.
A queer anthem, yes.
Well, let's talk about it because it's not just like a snippet of the song.
The whole, like the extended.
They play the 12-inch record. Like it is 8 minutes, like the full extended dance mix of this song while we see some bad guys kill some people.
We see these mafia dudes going to, it's juxtaposed with Lieutenant Andrews being alerted that this undercover cop is a prostitute who's getting ready for the night in some Hollywood apartment building that she's apparently renting from some elder couple, and they all get brutally gunned down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we talk about when Lieutenant Andrews goes to visit Molly/Angel at UCLA?
Mm-hmm.
The way she's holding on to him and talking to him was like he was her girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because they're having like a gab sesh and she's talking about some guy like, oh my God, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? And Lieutenant Andrews is like, yeah, he's a cute guy. And all I kept thinking is this man wants a piece of Molly.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Well,
it just feels so inappropriate.
It's 4 years later. She's legal now.
At a point, she's trying to have a heart-to-heart with her mentor, Lieutenant Andrews. And she says something about how she feels lonely because she can't tell everyone about her past.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, why would she want to tell everyone? No, people don't need to know. Everyone doesn't need to know that you were a child prostitute, okay?
Yes, like, it's fine. Mm-hmm.
You've moved past that. You're a respectable young woman. Like, I mean, maybe your next serious boyfriend should know why your club's all shot up. But like, I don't know why everyone around you, just to make friends, needs to know your traumatic past.
Right. Also, I'm unclear where she's living.
Don't know where well, we're going to get to that too. But in the opening, when we see those mafia guys shooting that family, those guns were like, they were almost like bazookas. Did you notice they had flames coming out of them?
There's some semi-automatics. It's like, this shit is overkill.
It's so, these bullets are so forceful that we see them hit things like pillows and the pillows light on fire.
Like, God.
I thought that was fun.
Bodies getting blown into walls. Yeah.
Would a college student in 1985 receive a telegram in the middle of class?
No.
Well, I don't know. Like, if you call, first of all, who called the school to tell her about Lieutenant Andrews?
Right.
Like, and like you said, where does she live? Does she not have an answering machine? Or why couldn't they just call her? I thought that was so weird. As Lieutenant Andrews is dying in the middle of the street, this street performer named Johnny Glitter witnesses it.
I loathe this character.
This character bothered you more than he did me. I was more confused with what Johnny Glitter is because initially I thought, oh, Johnny Glitter is like a prostitute.
The brother of Gary Glitter.
And he witnesses Lieutenant Andrews be shot and killed. And Lieutenant Andrews' dying word is angel.
What?
Oh, okay.
And then Johnny Glitter's like, I'm no angel, man. Johnny Glitter gets no costume changes. You know, he smells.
Looks like he stinks.
He looks like he smells funky.
But I don't think he's a prostitute because he acts like his job is to spread good vibes.
He's got like a Rick James, Marie Antoinette wig on. I hate it.
Also, he carries around an endless supply of glitter. So in every scene he's in, he sort of throws his fairy dust. Even at points where it's so inappropriate that you would throw this glitter.
Why are you? I hate glitter. Okay, you cannot. It's everywhere. You can't get rid of it if you're exposed to it. I don't like it. By the way, played by Barry Pearl, who many might know from Grease.
As we're walking around Hollywood Boulevard, there's a movie theater and we see Purple Rain is playing. That was cute. There are also several mentions, I think, that were deliberate to acknowledge that a different actor is playing Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she first bumps into Yo-Yo, he tells her, "You've changed, but for the better." And then when Yo-Yo is taking Angel to meet Solly, Susan Tyrrell's character, he says she won't even recognize you. Oh my gosh. Kid Carson in this sanitarium, he looks so rickety. That wig they have on him and that mustache they glued onto his face.
It's alarming. And I was
It is alarming.
when did Rory Calhoun die? This motherfucker.
We're on the podcast. You can't use the F word.
This man.
If you want to hear Nick use the F word, you have to join the Patreon.
I do drop that word a lot. I like it. It's like a little spice. He lived till 1999, 14 years after this.
Well, bless him. They make their way into the sanitarium by pretending to be a nurse going to pick up Kid Carson's dead body.
Mm-hmm.
And the security guard is saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but I don't see you on the list." And they have Susan Tyrrell, Solly, dressed as the grieving widow, screaming, crying. And so, of course, the security guard's like, "Okay, fine, just go. So they let them in. But upon investigating the hearse, that's labeled cemetery, but then the security guard notices an irregularity on the signage of the vehicle and pulls off this sticker, and really it's for the pet cemetery. That was so stupid.
Dumb.
First of all, where did they get a pet cemetery?
Where's
hearse?
the pet cemetery in Hollywood?
What pet cemetery has a hearse? But okay. Which of course is stupid funny.
You're right.
But this is where the film really loses me, is the tone. It's all over the place.
Oh yeah, God.
That it was giving me a headache.
The score and that scene where they get Kid Carson takes so long.
It was giving Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh.
And there's towards the end we get another plot point that feels like Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, the vibe is so off. And the score, I think the score in this film covers every genre of film. Right?
Yeah, but it's like, so who are you trying to satisfy with this?
You mentioned the baby. So when Angel first goes to see Solly, she's working on her artwork, but we also hear a baby crying. And we find out that some hooker had a baby and was found dead.
Owed Solly rent and left.
So Solly's been caring for this baby who's like a few months old, I guess. So when they go to rescue Kid Carson from the sanitarium, and I don't know that rescue is the appropriate word. I feel like Kid Carson might belong in a facility.
I think so.
They should have left his ass there. But of course, someone needed to watch the baby. We see that Solly has these two trans women watching the baby who are in full glam.
Full beat.
They look fabulous. They were kind of giving me a softer Patrick Swayze and Tu Wong Fu.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were pretty Vita Bohems.
They look great. It also reminded me of the trans women that are assaulted and cruising by the cop.
And they're wearing, each of them is wearing these really short, like nightgowns kind of, or robes. They look too good to be in Solly's sort of creepy building watching this baby.
To just endlessly watch the baby.
Okay. Johnny Glitter has been kidnapped by Robert Duvall's people because he was the only witness to the crime and they want to silence him. So then the movie goes from Angel learning of the devastating news her mentor has died to wanting to figure out who's responsible to then turning into this Beverly Hillbillies episode of saving Kid Carson to now we have to find Johnny Glitter.
Plus it's a social issue film. And basically she's Erin Brockovich going to City Hall getting records to prove that.
Exactly.
When she's like, I want to see every transaction on Hollywood Boulevard from 1982 to 1985.
Dressed as a hooker.
Distracting everybody in this.
Well, yeah. And then we see her in this library looking up all these penal codes. And it was so boring. Like she's so boring. But I have to say, Kit Carson drives this Beverly Hillbillies pickup truck that the score whenever he's driving it, and then the engine, and it keeps backfiring. I just hated that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I'm in an entirely different film.
Yes.
It's so, I mean, am I crazy? It was giving me a headache, how jarring from scene to scene everything feels.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Angel doing her street activism and passing out. They make a sketch of an accomplice to the murder of Lieutenant Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have this sketch drawing that they're passing out on the streets, and these prostitutes get arrested. So they're taken to jail.
There's this raid. Angel walks right into the cop.
Yeah.
Like all of these ladies could have gotten away so easily. They run right. It's like they just popped right in.
They get taken down to jail, and they're all in the holding cell when Angel starts prattling off all these penal codes and how they weren't offered due process. And next thing we know, she's in Ossie Davis's office.
Ossie Davis, what are you doing here?
He's the police chief.
Yeah.
And he says, well, she's right. You have to let them all go. And then she's lecturing him.
Ossie Davis is like, don't you tell me how to do my job. And then the next scene with him, I'm just doing my job. Because there's a crooked cop also that also is folded in here. What's his name? Baylor?
That's the one who the sketch.
Yes, Sergeant Baylor, who has that vigorous, even in the low res quality we watch, that hair.
His hair's too dark. Yeah,
sir.
There's a point when Angel shows that sketch of him that we were screaming like.
Because they go to this tattoo artist who's also been the mob is trying to shake down, and his little establishment. I'm like, you might as well just bulldoze that.
We get a random scene where they end up at this mobster's apartment where he has these prostitutes he's beating up, and they overhear it, so they want to save them. And there's a moment when that mafia guy is chasing them, and they pour soapy water on the floor. Also, these apartments in Hollywood are still standing, and I've been in a few, and you've never seen a cleaning lady in any of these buildings.
There is no cleaning. Pour with a little handkerchief on her head, scrubbing the floors. That's not happening.
But they pour her mop bucket, and this mafioso guy slides down the hallway, literal slip and slide, and flies out the window, which was funny.
Yes, and lands on the car that Johnny Glitter. Oh, so they had to track down Johnny Glitter,
right?
The street creature, a street freak, they call him. And they go to this flop house that, do you remember the movie Action Jackson?
Yes.
Where they also...
Oh, yes. And where they had room service.
Yes.
In a flop house.
But with Vanity, who's trying to find drugs in the flop house. But that's what that looked out. And I wrote in large letters in my notes, hobo camp, because that's what it feels like.
Well, that's an important scene, because that's when we get a sense of what Johnny Glitter does, because you think he's in a crack house and he appears to be surrounded by crackheads, but he's just giving out positive vibes.
Street preacher. He says, I spread happiness and joy. Ew, go away.
But clearly doesn't make many money doing it, but we then get to Robert Duvall, and he's with his son explaining that they need to take out these people and they're going to ruin their plan. The son, I thought, looks older than the dad.
Yes.
He looks like an old twink who's wearing a toupee that there wasn't enough gray in that hair. Like, that man looked elderly.
He looks like Malcolm McDowell's sickly cousin. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. At a point, Angel's being chased through a parking garage.
When she's running that curve.
Where she's bending curves in the high heels. That was funny. It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. And then Ossie Davis just pops out of nowhere.
Well, that crooked cop is about to shoot and kill her when Ossie Davis is hiding behind a Cala and just shoots the cop.
Ain't no way Ossie Davis is lurking back there.
So Ossie Davis shoots the crooked cop who they made the sketch of, while Angel is just standing there looking dumbfounded.
Mm-hmm.
Ossie Davis walks up to his cop. This cop works for him. And that cop tells Ossie Davis, you didn't have to do that. And Ossie Davis says, I'm afraid I did have. Huh? I'm afraid I did have?
This script. Ossie directed good movies. Cotton Comes to Harlem. I mean, he knows this is bad.
So Robert Duvall is at his wit's end and decides, also, his son has been taken. Actually, the son's been killed, but he doesn't know that. So he's like, how can I stop these people and get my son back? he has that little baby kidnapped.
Little Buck.
And in the process of little Buck being kidnapped, those two trans ladies are killed.
They brutally.
Like, they get blown to smithereens.
I mean, they do, but
it's not funny, but
they do give the perpetrators a run for their money.
So the setup at the end is Robert Duvall saying, okay, I have little Buck. Let's meet and we'll exchange. You bring me my son, I'll give you back the baby. But these fools already killed the son. But they're like, okay, we'll bring your son back. So then it's Weekend at Bernie's again, because they put this dead body in a wheelchair and he was killed by being shot in the forehead. So they put a Band-Aid over the bullet wound and this man fully looks like a corpse. And
I mean, well, you already did. So, the lighting's
he already
bad.
did look bad, but he was looking kind of gray. And they bring him to the building where Robert Duvall is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about to make the switch when the Band-Aid falls off and someone screams, he's been shot. So Robert Duvall, and it's a high-rise building that actually, when I lived in Lower Town in St. Paul, there was a building next to me that had a popular Thai restaurant. But that building looked exactly like the building in this movie, where it's like the center, it goes up several stories, but it's open.
Kind of like the old French Quarter restaurant we used to like.
Yeah, if it were like
but
10 stories high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Robert Duvall takes that baby and hangs it over the edge like I'm going to drop this baby.
Like it's blanket.
That was so stupid. Yes, like it was blanket. That's a Michael Jackson reference. Because if it were me, you can go ahead and, well, I shouldn't say that. I wouldn't say drop the baby. But the way Susan Tyrrell acts is like, I'm confused why she's riding so hard for this baby, because she was acting like she didn't want it.
She's kind of, you criticized Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters 2 for seeming like a negligent, disinterested mother. That's kind of how Susan Tyrrell seems in this. Well,
yes, except that in Ghostbusters 2, I mean, that her portrayal as a mother seems more serious.
It is.
So it's like, gosh, she seems so uninterested. But in this one, Susan Tyrrell seems like a psychopath.
Screaming. It's Tira Satana mode for her. She's screaming every line.
Speaking of screaming, Robert Duvall is saying, I got the baby, and he's about to drop it. So Angel gives up her weapon. Like, okay, well, either way, he's either going to drop the baby and run, or someone needs to kill him. And Solly does. She shoots Robert Duvall and he drops the baby. And this scene was wild as hell, because we see this baby falling not only in slow motion, but when the baby's falling, it's falling legs first, and then we see it falling head first.
It's a breach.
It then switches back to legs first, and Kid Carson catches the baby.
That man. I would have loved if the baby fell on it. Killed Kid Carson by falling on him, but
that would have been funny.
Survived.
That would have been funny, that the impact of this 10-pound baby falling 8 floors turned Kid Carson into dust.
I want to mention an earlier scene. I wish I'd written down the line, but it's when Dum Dum Angel gets hemmed up in jail on the paddy wagon, and we hear snippets of these other sex workers and their dialogue. Because there's this other woman because there's another prostitute that Angel recognizes. She's in that black and blue thing with her large breasts, and then there's this 13-year-old character.
That's right.
But you hear somebody saying like, and he only did that after I stabbed him.
It's so unfortunate, because there are so many elements of this movie that would make you think it's a campy good time. But
it's not.
Oh God, it really is the actor and the character of Angel. That performance, just every time she opens her mouth, every time she's on screen, I'm uninterested.
She not one line delivery is good. Not one.
And it's all dubbed, so that doesn't help.
No.
Kid Carson just feels like this, I don't know. I feel bad, but it's just like this decrepit old man who thinks he's a cowboy. That bit in the first movie worked better because it's peppered throughout.
Right.
But in this one, we just spend way too much time with him.
And Susan is on the back burner for a bit, and then she pops up again at the end. At least they give her filled in eyebrows.
She does look... well,
she's a little less heroin chic
but
in this.
She looks different. Okay, the themes. I mean, vigilante justice, sure, because we have this, what did you call them? Street trash?
Street trash collectivism.
So, also Molly as this law student who's trying to advocate for this community. Although there's a disconnect because what's happening is landowners on Hollywood Boulevard are being pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really connected with the landowners. She's connected to the vagrants who are a nuisance to the landowners.
Is she new to the streets?
So, I mean, I guess that's great that, I don't know, that would be like if we had mice, but then the mice like mop the floors. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I would rather just mop my own floors, but okay.
Like we can make friends with them, like Michael Jackson in the miniseries.
Of course, there's an element of chosen family. In the first film, that theme is much stronger and works better.
Well, you had May.
Because you have May, this drag queen, who paired with Solly works really well.
They just didn't even bring May back.
Well, May died. Remember?
Oh, shit.
She was killed by the Hare Krishna sexy bald serial killer.
That's right. She got stabbed to death in that bed.
Right. So in this one, it's like, well, the heart of the film is Molly's oddball crew. Sure, except that these people are raggedy.
Also in the scene where the trans women get brutally murdered, that one heavy... They make a point to have a shot where there's a mannequin with a wig on it, and he mistakes that as somebody he needs to kill. Do you remember that?
Yes.
He rips that wig off the mannequin.
There's an element of exploitation that it's there. Again, it's not, because you kept saying this feels like a Rudy Ray Moore production, like how those side characters are just horrible actors, except it's everyone.
Yeah.
Like in a movie that has real production value.
Because at least we had Rudy Ray Moore. Dolomite is the fun.
Right, he's charming and fun to watch. So even if the production's raggedy, it's still a good time.
Because those blaxploitation films, how they characterize a lot of the awful white people is like, this is just bad.
And I don't know that I would call this camp as much as it's just absurd. It's trying too hard to be weirdly comedic and over the top.
Well, because it's like the first film's in 84 and I guess turned enough of a profit to churn this sleaze out. But could you give it a minute? Could you think of something better?
Comments I read say that people feel like Kid Carson sort of carries this movie. He's in it more, but I don't know that he helps.
Well, the thing is, Angel, as played by, what's her name, Betsy Russell, is so bad it's destabilizing. So that forces us as humans dealing with trauma to latch on to the next best thing to keep us afloat.
But as an 80s crime, gritty exploitation movie, I guess it does check a lot of boxes because you have like corrupt police, you have this sleazy crime boss, urban decay, and then this idea of like a lone vigilante, even though it's sort of a crew.
I mean, this makes Death Wish looks like The Godfather.
Yeah.
And I like the Death Wish films, but those have diminishing returns as you get to number 5.
The first film is called Angel in 1984. This one is Avenging Angel 1985.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is called Angel 3, The Final Chapter, 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always think it's funny when it's like the final chapter, and then it's like, oh, there's Angel 4, Undercover.
Hold on a second. Wait,
we were just kidding. And that's in 1994. Ooh. So I think Angel 3, The Final Chapter, we'll get to at some point. Well, maybe someone will make that a Patreon.
Maud Adams, who was the head witch in Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, which that, which we both really liked. I think I think that she might be bringing some of that same weird flavor.
Well, I understand each one gets progressively more absurd, which I can't imagine anything being more ridiculous than this one. But what would you give Avenging Angel?
0.5.
I can't give it 0.5 because I do think there was some thought and it feels like for the budget it had, it's a pretty decent production, but I did not enjoy this film. I would give it 1 out of 5. I don't know what we have coming because I don't know when this is being published, but hopefully everything's good and everyone's well.
Hopefully it's all copacetic.
Anything else?
No.
Ta-ta.